And you are on.
We are on.
You are on.
With a whole bunch of mail today.
We do have
What
a lot
happened
of
to the
mail. I have the mail right here for you.
Oh, okay.
This one I think is not, not to open. It's got somebody else's name on it, but this address.
Wow. No,
It's a Medicare,
Huh.
Medicare kind of thing, but
I don't
who knows?
recognize that name.
I don't either. So
Nobody. I mean, there's a lot of people living here, but
right, and that's for you, but that's insurance stuff. Looks like.
Okay. Okay.
That's the only other fun mail.
Really?
This is junk stuff here. It's American Express. That's,
Okay.
And
there's nothing interesting at all.
No. I think it's just the boxes. There's nothing
Wow,
of your
okay.
letters, mails. But those are catalogs if you want to look at them.
Well, I might look at those too.
There's L.O. Bean,
You can have that one.
Costco, L.O. Bean. All right, I'll take it.
Okay.
I will take it. Okay, so that's all there. And then here's the rest of your mail.
Well, I don't know that that's going to be tremendously exciting. Judy ordered it.
Well, this one says Goldy's Farm, so this one might have not been.
No, that's us.
Yeah.
That's us. Okay, go look out.
Yep.
I mean, this was, instead of going to Costco, she ordered it online.
Sometimes that's the way to go.
And she said it was just as cheap.
Yeah. Want to open
But
it?
that's not going to be very exciting. I don't
Oh.
think. What's that?
Oh, this is pretty exciting.
I didn't order that. Okay.
Oreo cookies. It doesn't say who it's from though, so if somebody sent them
Somebody sent that.
and you're watching, let us know so we can thank you. But until then, whoever
Very
it was,
nice.
thank you very much. Thank you very much. I've got to get my mine open to look at questions. That should go in there so Penny doesn't get it.
No, you don't get nothing.
Sorry about that, folks. I didn't open mine up, but here we go. Okay.
No, you got to get out of here.
This one. Oh, this one's for Elizabeth. So that's definitely not exciting, probably. And this one is from Dia Royton. So this one's.
Oh, okay.
Yep, this one's good mail too.
Hold still. There we go.
Awesome.
Get out of here, dog.
Can I hand you this paper?
That's what we need?
Yes, it
Oh, that's what we need. We also need that jar.
is. So, very good. Yeah, you can use that to put fund money in
Yes.
or whatever you want. So this is pretzels. Dee, that's a great
Yes,
gift.
it is a great jar.
Thank you.
But then we'll eat the...
And then you can eat the pretzels.
That's from Dee. Thank you, Dee.
Yes. And then this one might be something that Judy ordered.
She tried to sit on it.
I know. Oh yeah, this is Judy's stuff that she ordered.
Oh, okay.
Fun stuff.
Fun stuff.
Yeah, trash bags.
Trash
and
bags.
Laundry soap, it looks like.
Something like that.
Yeah, so I'll just set these aside. Tylenol. I'll take the Tylenol out of here though and set it up somewhere else so that the dogs don't get it. The rest I think I'll just leave on the floor.
Okay.
All right, let me put this down.
The Tylenol, the orthopedic guy that's now on my home service,
Yes.
he has said to try taking Tylenol, 1 pill 3 times a day. I never did that. I always took 2.
Yeah, I sometimes will do 1 instead of 2.
But he said you get it going three
Yeah.
times a day, and you get a level of it.
Exactly. Then
know.
you get a baseline
Yep.
in there. Yep. It's
And-
kind of like, you know, if you've fallen and broken, you know, something or whatever and are in a lot of pain, a lot of times people will wait until the pain gets really bad before they take something, and actually it's better to kind of stay ahead of the pain, you know, and not wait too
we're gonna have a
long.
problem here. Hey,
That's just laundry soap. I think she's just being nosy, but she shouldn't be. Maybe the keeper of the
we better
box.
leave it out here where we can see it.
Yep. Bob can close that back up, maybe do the flaps on there.
She'll get it open.
Oh goodness, now I lost the questions. Here we go. Comments. For goodness sakes. Can you?
That's not as many boxes as I thought there'd be.
I don't know if the internet, can you open Facebook on yours real quick? I've lost the questions. Oh, I got them back. Yay. Okay. All right. So, the donkey that was being walked today, if you're talking about late in the afternoon, because I wasn't on the farm for a good bit of the day today, but the one, if it's the one that looks like Harley, that was George, that was being brought back to Goldy's. So that's about all I know about it. So sorry I can't answer any better than that, but maybe next week when Elizabeth is back, they can answer that. Yeah, a little bit better. So you want to tell them what we did today, or what you did today on the job? We went to
What we did.
Bridges in Andover. Remember?
We went, yes, I do. Yes, we had a fantastic job today. It was our second time at this place. The first time they called us, they did not want dogs. I don't know exactly why, but so we took other things, and they liked that, so they wanted us back with the dogs.
Yeah,
So we went with the dogs today, and I think they were thrilled.
they were. They were really
They
happy.
did not expect. Well, first of all, I now take a wheelchair with me sometimes, and I was in a wheelchair. The dogs were ahead of me, and the dogs went into the room full of people before me, and no leash, no collar, no, just running.
Yes, poor. The
And
way
it was good to a point, but one woman got scared.
Yeah, well, yeah, some of the people didn't.
And
They
I could-
didn't
I could-
particularly like dogs or were
Yeah,
scared
right.
or whatever. But
And I can stop them verbally.
Yeah, oh,
but
yeah.
They were ahead of me.
there was no issue or problem with
Yeah.
them as far as that goes. But how it worked today is we had two vehicles. We had Carlene's vehicle that had Sizzle and Larky and Penny in it, and Carly and Judy, and Carlene's wheelchair.
Yeah.
And then in our car, it was Bob, Carlene, and myself. And so it was kind of different once we got to the place and we started unloading. And what happened is Bob and Carlene and I unloaded a lot faster than Judy and Carly and the dogs. And so we ended up getting in there. It was, had to get the dogs on a slip lead to get them inside, and then we went down to their community room where it was a huge group. There was probably 55 people there
You're
that
right.
they saw
You're
today.
You're close there.
Yeah, and they were really super happy, and this group, there were people that asked a lot of questions, some that were really familiar with dogs, so they were much more comfortable with it, and even one of the staff people at the place helped out with doing the frying pan and everything,
Right.
and so that was really good. They had a super great time, and they were actually interested. I was talking, I don't know if she was the activities director or who she was, but perhaps something like that. And I was mentioning how if they had a bus that, once the weather were past winter and into spring next year, that the farm has groups of people that come here too, and she thought that was a great idea. So they may be a group that starts to come here every once in a while, that instead of them going that way next year. So that was really good.
it was a high-end group,
Yeah, yeah,
definitely.
yep.
It was probably a quarter of a mile from an absolutely huge IRS plant right down the street.
Yeah,
But it was a nice group.
it was really nice, and you know,
And
all the
woman,
places that
she
we
started
gone this
she
week
started
were
trying
nice.
to help, one at a time, but you can't. You're not supposed to stick treats
Right.
in the dog's mouth. It just
Yep.
it's slimy in there for
Yeah,
openers,
for
and
sure.
the frying pans work just so much better. We finally gave her own frying pan,
Yep, yep.
and that worked.
And
out
then I
very
kept
nicely.
switching with her because she'd be using it, and it got real slobbery, but she didn't have a towel, and so I had the towel, and I said, let's switch, and I'd wipe out the slobbery one and use that one, and then find her again when hers got all slobbered up, so it worked pretty good, but it was a lot of fun to be able to join in on jobs this
We
week.
were there for a while. I don't know.
That was a pretty long time. I'd
don't know.
forgotten that Judy said she kind of had to get back because she had to go do something after she left here, so.
I know.
It was a little bit longer than I thought we were going to be there because we were there early too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What time? How long were we there?
We were there inside almost close to an hour.
Really?
Yeah.
It's usually about 45 minutes.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
good.
And they all did really good. But the scary thing that happened on the way out was we went out the doors afterward, and Bob had brought our car up, and Judy had brought Carlene's car up, or was in the process of needing to do that, and we all went out the doors, and all of a sudden I turned around, and one of the gentlemen who was in the group
He was going with
was
us.
outside with us, and he wanted to kind of come home, and I'm like, oh, Judy, he's not supposed to be here. I think he needs to go back inside, and so she was able to get him back inside while I held the dogs, and that kind of was a little scary, but
I did not realize he was quite the way he was, and he came over to me, and I gave him one cookie, and then I had trouble getting it away from him.
yeah.
And finally, Judy came over, and
She was real good with him.
Oh, she's super.
Yeah,
She
she
got
was
him to
super.
open his hand, but you
Yeah.
gotta be careful they don't eat those cookies.
Yes, yep. There were a couple on one of the
Yeah.
other jobs that were
Yeah.
like, oh, we could just eat these, but
I mean, it's perfectly edible. I mean, it's not going to kill you.
yes, yeah.
Strain, they are dog cookies.
Right. And then part of this afternoon, I ended up working with, I did the rabbits this morning and this afternoon both. And even the skittish one was better today.
See,
So I definitely noticed a difference.
And you didn't even have carrots today.
No,
did
I
you?
did have carrots,
Did
but I was able to start petting that one even before I brought the carrot out.
Yeah.
And that's a change,
Yeah.
because at first when I started petting it, I thought that it was the other one with the bigger head, and then I realized it wasn't, and I was like, oh, well, that's progress then. And then the other one that's been more receptive to the petting and the touching and the little bit of moving around is even gotten better. So I have noticed a change this week.
Yeah.
So
if you start in with them
Yeah.
and you're good with them, then it works.
Yeah, so the trick is going to be getting somebody to do that now, every day, I guess.
But we'll get them to the point where we'll bring them up here and I can do it.
Yeah. Actually, that would probably even be better than, if you had a way to kind of corral them in, because down where they are, if they run up the ramp and they go inside, they really don't want you to touch them, they go up to the little roost areas, and that's too hard to kind of reach into them, and they know it. So then I really have to entice them out with the carrots. And then on the shavings, they have a little plastic kind of domey hut that they can go into too, and they'll do that. But I have noticed every day that doing that has been less and less. So it's progress. So
It's progress.
that is really good. And then Bob and I went over to the paddock areas and into the barn, and there was an almost empty bag of treats, so we were able to feed the treats. Unfortunately, we hadn't gotten into the paddocks to do any brushing. Carly had left out some brushes for us, and it's just the days have been so busy, so we haven't done that. So if we get a chance to tomorrow, we'll do that a little bit as well. And then as far as Arthur goes, yes, he's been checked multiple times, and so the issue with him, according to Elizabeth, is that he's just a goofball, and a couple of days ago he was really doing zoomies and kind of hurt his, maybe hurt a muscle or a ligament or something like that, and so in her vernacular, he's got a hurty foot, and she said also that he's kind of like a drama queen, so some of it just may be a little bit for attention.
Well,
But
one that's going to tend to do zoomies is not one we want to take to the nursing home.
yeah, well, this one's the
Regardless.
big. This one's one of the really big ones too,
Oh, okay.
so he probably wouldn't go anyway.
Okay.
But she said both
Well,
yesterday.
I don't know.
Yeah, maybe for an outside one,
Yeah.
if you did an outside
My
visit.
Mary, which was my very favorite animal of all time, we had her in nursing
Yeah,
home.
oh, I bet you did.
I had, as a matter of fact, I put duct tape on her feet, and so she didn't scratch the floors.
Oh, sure. Yep. But Elizabeth isn't concerned, so she said both days in a row that she's not worried about Arthur, but he is being continually monitored. You guys already answered those questions too. Sorry, I didn't scroll down long enough. Somebody was asking what my background is. Oh, goodness. Both Bob and I worked in the government, is the best way to say it, kind of in some of those jobs you don't really talk about. So that's about as much as I can say about it, but we both had full careers doing that. Mine was shorter. Mine was shorter than Bob's was, and then I ended up being a stay-at-home mom for a while because I had a son at home who needed me more than the job needed me, and then a mother-in-law who needed caretaking more than I did. But I started out my government career in the Air Force. So I did that for 4 years, and then the rest of my career was as a civilian. No, Wanda is not here on Bob's lap, but she sat on his lap so good the other day when she was here, because that's her chair. And Bob was in her spot.
This
So.
isn't anybody's lap.
Yes. Let's see.
She would have been perfect to take with us today, but Janine's
she
on
would
her
have
way
been,
to
yeah.
Carolinas.
Yeah, she was really good. I always hear on mail call how, you just let Wanda go and she does her own thing, and it's kind of hard to put that all in context. So it was really nice to see it actually on a job.
Janine ends up with a well-trained animal.
Yes.
It doesn't always do what you'd say behave,
Yes.
but it's very manageable,
Right.
and that's what Wanda is.
Yeah. Yeah, she is.
She's manageable,
Yeah.
but you tell her to come or go or sit, no way.
Yeah. Yeah, she was really good, and she was funny the other day doing rollovers
Right.
on the ground. So everyone loved that. So that was really, really good. Yes, Wanda went with Janine. So, yep. And let's see, what else did we have going on? I've taken a collection of pine cones and acorns. So you have an excess of pine cones and
We
acorns.
certainly do.
And I tend to collect natural
That's
things and put them in
No, you
jars
go
at
right
home.
at it.
Yes, whether they're sticks or pine cones or
Oh.
acorns or flowers or,
Yeah,
I even
we
have a
don't.
dried bug collection at
Huh.
home. Fun butterflies and moths and things. So my Ipswich, Goldy's Farm, acorns and pine cones will go in their own separate jars, and I'll put a label on it to remember our trip here. So that's a great souvenir.
That is.
And then Judy got some steaks set up for Carlene in the sous vide, and I finished that off. So that's what she had for dinner,
Yep.
and
I'm
sounded
already
like it was
through.
good. And Nick came and got the second half of it, so he's going to have that for his, I guess, later
Yeah.
on. So it turned out really good. Janine drove.
Janine what?
Someone was asking if she drove or
Yes, she drove.
flew.
She stayed the exact halfway spot is a niece of mine, Debbie.
Oh, nice.
And some of you people that have been around for a while, Debbie has twin boys. And the twin boys had the job of putting Dolores together.
Oh, yes. Those are
And
the
they
twins.
were running around with arms and legs, and it was
I bet
hysterical.
that was hysterical.
That was really a fun mail call that time.
Well, just think of all the fun stuff coming up for after the new year. So
Yep.
lots of fun mail calls, things like that.
And I did get a hold of the guy who did the flooring.
That's awesome.
It's the epoxy
The epoxy,
flooring.
right?
I gave him a deposit 2 years ago
Yeah.
to do the flooring in what hopefully will be my room. And it's a 50% deposit. $4,500 I gave him
Wow.
2 years ago.
Yes. He's been holding on to it, I'm sure.
I
happily.
called him up, he laughed. Well, when they came to do the flooring, they did the flooring in the ICU building, which you haven't seen, but it's a good job.
Yeah, I've seen it on camera,
Okay.
and I've also seen what was done in 9 and 10, and there's no comparison. So
Well, 9 and 10 was not done by them.
I know, and you
But
can tell.
they did the
Yeah.
ICU building. And I invited them to stay here while they did it. So they spent the weekend.
That's awesome.
So the whole family spent the weekend putting the floor in there. And we had a cookout and all that sort of thing. So we had a great, good time of it.
Yeah.
So he's looking forward to that again. And thank God he didn't take off with my $4,500.
That's
You know.
good. That's good.
But they live so far away that, like Rhode Island or something.
Oh wow.
Very
Oh,
hard.
I thought they were local or semi-local, but
Well,
yeah,
but
that's nice.
It'd be a long trip, and so I said,
Yeah.
"Oh, just stay here."
Oh, that's
And they thought that
awesome.
was wonderful.
That will be great. That will be very
I
great.
like to do that because people are fun.
Yeah.
People are fun.
Yeah, it's nice to have visitors. Well, I'm not saying that because I'm a visitor, but yeah, it's nice. It's nice. I know my mother-in-law always enjoyed it when people came to visit with her and everything. It was a real treat, regardless of what they were there to do.
Yeah.
Whether it was people coming in to do something or whether it was family
It's
visiting. It's a
different.
lot of fun. Yeah.
It's like you
Change in the day.
You go to a nursing home with a rabbit, and it's something different.
Yeah. I was telling the lady today that there are rabbits entering the program, so
Yeah.
hopefully they'll be able to come out at some point too. So, and I realized yesterday I forgot to mention. Probably people saw it on camera, but hay was delivered yesterday here, so that was something that happened yesterday as well.
That's not that unusual.
No, it's not.
That's like
but-
every 3 days.
Yeah,
we get
yeah. Well, I
cut
don't
and a
know.
half of hay.
Yes, I don't always pay attention
Oh.
to how often it comes in, but I do know people always comment.
Far too
about-
often.
People always comment, oh, there's the hay truck or there's this truck or whatever, and I forgot to mention that did happen yesterday. So
Hay is critical, and there's really no substitute.
yeah, so somebody's asking me if we're going to plan another visit. Yes, that would be awesome to be able to come back sometime. Next time we come up to this neck of the woods,
Good.
we'll plan on coming back.
We'll have
I'd love to
well-trained rabbits by then.
well-trained rabbits and a whole different setup and all those kind of things. New animals probably,
Yeah.
as they
Well, we
they
have
come in and out.
another zebu coming. You know that
Yeah,
one?
yes, the baby.
The baby zebu.
That's really exciting. I think
That'll
everyone's
be
going to
good
really
because
like
we'll get
that.
to handle it from the go.
Yes.
With a baby zebu. And we have a couple baby horses or donkeys or something. We don't know what they are.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
We have a pregnant pony.
Well, I think Elizabeth is still wondering whether or not she's not pregnant. Because I think what had been happening is she'd been feeding her mare and foal, and that was maybe putting a little
Rolling
width
around.
on her. So, I mean,
Well, the vet told her
The
we
vet-
were pregnant.
yes, the vet told her, and who knows? Obviously, like you say, time will tell.
Yeah, you gotta
Either
wait.
you'll have one or not. So,
But we don't know whether she'd have a mule or
Right.
a pony.
right, that's always fun.
Makes it kind of fun.
It does. It is fun to figure out. So, I think that's about it, right?
Okay, it certainly is.
And I think there's a job tomorrow in Gloucester, so somebody will be going to that. We're not going to be going on that job tomorrow, but somebody will. So I'm sure you'll see the animals, whichever ones that they take, get loaded up and then come back at some point tomorrow.
Gloucester's that's a long way away.
Yeah, that one is. So.
I did think there are two places that we go to in Gloucester. I don't know.
This one is I don't know if they added a second one or not. This looks different than the other day. So it says day by day, Gloucester at 10, and then I don't know if that says and Blackburn Center, or in the maybe that is the Blackburn Center. I'm not sure how to read that.
I don't either.
But at least you have one tomorrow at 10, called Day by
If we just
Day.
knew where it was, we'd be all set.
I'm sure it's in the online calendar somewhere.
Yeah.
Where the address is.
One is right next to the great big windmill.
Oh, cool.
So we never have known his name because it's always the windmill.
There you go. We'll have to put that on the calendar.
Yeah.
This one's by the windmill. All right, well, I think that's about
You
it
all
for
set?
us. Yep. You all have a good
Wonderful.
evening, and we'll
Thank
see you
you.
tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.